Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So let's discuss today's LeetCode daily challenge problem, which is ugly number 2. An ugly number is a positive integer whose prime factors are limited to 2, 3 and 5. Given an integer n, return the nth ugly number. So basically guys, in this problem we are given that ugly numbers are those numbers whose prime factors are only 2, 3 and 5, and we have to find the nth ugly number. So if you see, we have to find 10th ugly number, and these are the list of ugly numbers starting from 1, and 12th is the 10th ugly number we have to return in the output. Okay. So I hope you understood the problem. Basically what we have to find in problem is that we have to find the nth ugly number. Okay. We have to find the nth ugly number, which in this case will be 10th ugly number, which is 12. Okay, which is 12. So guys, see, one basic approach is what? Like, okay, I can generate ugly numbers one by one. Okay, I will generate all ugly numbers, all ugly numbers, and when I will get the nth ugly number, I will stop. Right? We can do this. This is the basic approach. And what are ugly numbers? Ugly numbers are those numbers which are divisible by uh, 2, 3 and 5. So basically their prime factors are uh, either will involve either 2 or 3 or 5, like, or mix of them. So like if you say 3, right, let's say 9, right? So 9 is an ugly number because it has 3 as a prime factor. Okay, similarly 15 has both 3 and 5 as prime factors, so 15 is ugly number. Okay, so this is one basic approach. So what I can do is I can start from 1. Now you might be thinking that why 1 is an ugly number, because 1 does not have any prime factors like 2, 3 or 5. So see guys, 1 is taken as an ugly number because if you represent 1 in the form of like this, right? So in this, if you represent it in this form, it makes 1 as an ugly number. So 1 is an ugly number, and then we proceed further. So what I can do is I'll start from 1, and one by one I will just go to each element. Okay, until and unless I get my 10th ugly number. So when I have a number, right, when I have a number, I will check whether it is an ugly number or not. So I will create a helper function. Like I will have a helper function which will tell me that whether a number is ugly or not. Okay. So how that helper function will check that? It will just generate all the prime factors of a particular number. Let's say you get 12. Okay. So it will generate the prime factors of 12. It will divide 12 by 2, 3 or 5, and until and unless 12 reaches to 1, right? That is it's completely divisible using these three numbers. So 12 will be ugly number. So in that way, I can check whether a number is ugly or not. Let's say if you have 17. So obviously 17 will not never reach to 1 if you divide 17 by either 2, 3 or 5, right? So 17 is not an ugly number. So in this way, I can just go to each element once, one by one, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. And until unless I generate my 10th ugly number, I will just go on. Okay, this is one approach. This is what? Your brute force approach. But guys, this is obviously not an efficient approach because we are focusing. So guys, what is the problem with this approach, right? We are focusing on those numbers which are not ugly. So if you see, right, I start from 1 and I go till forever until and unless I reach my nth uh until and unless I get my nth ugly number. So in this path, right, I may get a lot of non-ugly numbers. So let's say 17, 19, 11, all these numbers which are not ugly, and I will just spend some time on processing these via the helper function, right? So this is like extra work we are doing, which is not benefit to us, right? So this is the brute force approach. Now let's see how we can improve it. Okay, let's see how we can improve it. All right. So we have n is equal to 10. Okay. So guys, one interesting observation, right? One interesting observation which we can make is that every ugly number, right? Every ugly number can be generated, okay, can be generated from 2, 3 or 5. Do you agree on this? Like, obviously, right? Because ugly numbers are what? Ugly numbers are multiple of these, right? Ugly numbers are what? Multiples of these numbers. So, why are we going to 17, 19, 11, 21 and all these numbers when we know that they will never be the ugly numbers, right? Ugly numbers can only be multiple of these. So one thing which I can do is if I have 2, 3, 5, I will one by one calculate all the multiple of these. Okay, all the multiple of these, and once I get my 10th ugly number, I'll stop. Okay, right, I'll stop. So let's see how we can do this. So I think I know this is a bit vague, but yeah, I'm just trying to make you think like how we can approach the problem. Okay. So see, first of all, I have 2, I have 3, I have 5. Let's say I have some data structure, okay, which will every time give me my nth ugly number. Okay. This data structure will always give me my ugly number. So initially, we know that 1 will be obviously an ugly number, so it will be here. Okay, it will be here. What I'll do, I will pop this one, and we know that the next ugly numbers can be what? Can be what? Obviously, next ugly numbers will be, next ugly number will be what? Multiple of this one, right? So if you multiply 1 by 2, if you multiply 1 by 3, and you multiply 1 by 5, these numbers will be the next ugly numbers. Okay. So what I will do, I will just add these numbers now in the data structure. So here, this is removed, right? I will get 2, 3 and 5 here. I'll get 2, 3 and 5 here. So first ugly number which I got was 1 because we popped it out, right? So that was the first ugly number. This is 1. Okay. Now, see guys, very important. Now we have these numbers, with these numbers. So what do you think will be the next ugly number after 1? Obviously the smallest among these, right, will be the next ugly number. Do you agree on this, right? So what I'll do is from this data structure, we will talk about what this data structure will be. You will automatically guess it, okay, right? But from this data structure, right, I have to get the minimum element because that minimum element only will be the next ugly number. So if I want to get a minimum element from a data structure, what do you think this data structure will be? Obviously, it will be a min heap. Okay, I hope you guessed it. Min heap, basically, if you have some elements in min heap will give you the smallest element when you pop an element from the data structure. Okay, so from these numbers, I will pop 2 out. So 2 will be my next ugly number. Okay, and then the next multiples will be what? Next possible ugly number. So these all are right? So this is the ugly number which we got, and then we will multiply it with 2, 3 and 5 to get the next possible set of ugly numbers. Okay, so what these will be? 4, 6 and 10. So I will add these numbers in the meaning. 4, 6 and 10. Okay, so as of now we have done these 2 iterations, right? We have done 2 iterations to get the 2 ugly numbers. So we have to do this 10 iteration 10 times to get the 10th ugly number. That is n times we have to do iterations to get the nth ugly number. Okay, so these popping out from the min heap and then multiplying and all that, we will do n times. Okay, So let's see next one. So from here we will get the this is the min heap, right? We'll get the smallest element, so 3 will get popped out, and here we will have 3. We'll have what? 3. So this will be 6, 9 and 15. Okay, so we will add these numbers now to the min heap because these are next possible set of ugly numbers. But now guys, see one thing. 6 already you have generated again, and 6 was already present in the min heap. So you have to have a data structure again, like a new data structure to keep a track of which elements you have already added in the min heap, because you obviously cannot add the duplicate elements, right? It will violate the count of the ugly number. So if you have 2 times 6, right, obviously it will hamper the count. So you will have to have some data structure wherein you will check that, okay, this 6 is already present in the min heap, so this 6 I will not add again in the min heap. Okay, so you can have some seen or visited or something like that, a data structure. This could be a set or vector or a list or something. Whatever you want, you can have it. Okay, so now these are 2 other new possible uh, ugly numbers. So I will add them in the this 9 and 15. Okay, so guys, one by one again you will. So this is the process, right? One by one again you will get the minimum number out. Okay, and you will 4 4 4, and you will find out the 12 and 20. So 8 you will add here, then you will add 12 and you will add 20. Okay, again, so this 4 was your next ugly number, then obviously 5 will get popped out. 5 will come here, and 25, 15 and 10. So 10 is already there, 15 is already there, 25 you will add. Okay, so here 5 is your next ugly number. So in this way you will go on. I will not do all the iterations. And once the final iteration is completed, right, at last you will get your nth ugly number. So this is one approach, right? This is one approach, which is one of the better approach than the brute force approach which we discussed. In this you are using a min heap and a visited set. Okay, so let's quickly see the code for this. I hope you understood the approach. You can do the rest of the dry run. It's pretty basic. See. Okay, so we have taken this min heap. Okay, and we have taken this set to see like store the scene numbers which we have already. So these are the numbers which we have already added in the min heap. In okay, in the what is happening in the min heap. Okay, these are the prime factors. So initially in the min heap we will add 1, and in the scene we will add 1. Then currently our ugly number is 1. So we will pop whatever, we will do n iterations, and in every iteration we will pop the top element of the min heap. We will get the minimum element, and we will calculate all the next elements, which can be by multiplying by 2, 3 and 5, which are the prime factors. Okay, and we will add, if they are not in the scene, right, we will add them in the min heap and add in the scene, and at last we will get the whatever was the current last ugly number, which will be the our nth ugly number. Okay, so this is the approach. Let's discuss the time complexity for this. So we are using a heap, right? So it will be n log n, and time complexity and space complexity again will be O of n. Let's say at max we are storing n elements here, right? So guys, this is one approach. We're using min heap. Using min heap. Okay, this is one approach. Now, obviously, there is one more approach which is best approach, and in that the time complexity gets reduced to O of n. Okay, time complexity. So let's discuss that also. Okay, n was 10. Okay, guys. So see, guys. In the previous approach, right, we were using a min heap so that always we can get the smallest element, right? And we can then multiply by that smallest element in order to get the next set of ugly numbers. Okay, this was what we were doing. Now, this smallest finding the smallest element was the reason of using a min heap, right? What if we do not always need to get the smallest element, and from the current existing elements, right, we can in some order, right, in some order generate ugly numbers in the correct order. Okay, in the correct order. So this is what we will be trying to do in this new approach. Let me do one thing for this approach, right? I will first dry run the code so that you can understand how this approach is working, and then we will discuss the logic of why is it working. Okay, just have some patience, you will understand. Okay, okay, so just this is the code. See, in this approach, right, we will be taking a vector. Okay, I have taken this vector and I have stored initially 1 in it, because this, so basically this vector will be storing our ugly numbers. Okay, and initially we know that 1 is an ugly number, so we will store 1. And then we will take 3, you can say, pointers. This is for 2, tracking 2 multiples, 3 multiples, and 5 multiples. Okay, so we will have I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, and k is equal to 0. Then we will start the loop and iterate it till n and n, and we will be pushing in the this array minimum which we get from the multiplying the current ith, jth, and kth values with 2, 3, and 5. Okay, this minimum value will give us the next ugly number. Okay, and if this next ugly number is the 2th one, is the 2th multiple, we will increment I. If the ugly number which we just added will be in the back, right, so if that is the 3rd multiple, 3 multiple, we will increment j, and if it is 5 multiple, we will increment k. So don't worry, you will understand. Let's try run it. Okay, so here what we will do, we will be finding out the minimum of results of I. Results of I is what, 0, so this is 0 index, right, so 0. So results of I is what, 1 multiplied by 2, comma, minimum of result of j. J is what, 0, in, so result of j will be 1 again, into 3 results of k. K is what, 0, result of k will be what, 5 into, sorry, it will be 1, this one, into 5. So in this minimum, this will be 2 comma 3 comma 5, and minimum will be what, 2. So this 2 will be pushed in this array, in this vector. So here 2 will be pushed, and now this whatever is pushed, right, is what, this one, right, results I into 2. So we will increment I will get increment. Okay, now let's proceed further. We have to do this thing until the size of this array is less than n. N is 10. Let's do again. So minimum of what is results of I? I is 1. So results of I is 2. So 2 into 2. So see, you are getting the next multiple. Earlier this was 1 into 2. Okay. Then results of j into 3. Results of j, j is 0. So result of j will be this into 3. And similarly, results of k into 5, which will be 1 into 5. So this will be 4 comma 3 comma 5. So minimum will be 3. So 3 will be added here. 3 will be added here, and this j will get incremented. So this will become 1. Okay, let's move further. Minimum. Okay, so results of I is what? 2 into 2 comma result of j. J is 1. So this will be result of j into 3 into result of k will be k is 0, right? So 1 into 5. So this minimum will be what? 4 comma 6 comma 5. So 4 will be the minimum. 4 will be added here. And this 4 is what? This one. So I will be incremented to 2. Okay. Let's proceed to the next iteration. So minimum of result of I into 2. So result of I is 2, this, right? Into 2 comma result of j. J is 1. So 2 into 3 comma result k. K is 0 index. So this will be result of k into 5. So this will be minimum of 6 comma 6 comma 5. So this 5 is minimum. So here 5 will be added, and this will be incremented because this was 5 and it was at the back. This one. Okay. So we will move further. Next iteration. Minimum of result of I into 2. Again, I is 3 into 2 comma j is 1. So it will be 2 into 2 into 3 comma. Now k is 1, right? So 2 into 5. This will be 6 comma 6 comma 5. So here we have 6 minimum. So result back is what? We will add 6 here. So 6 will be added here. And this result back is equal to this one. So I will increment and result back, which is 6. 6, right? Which is also equal to the third 3 multiple. So j will also get increment. So this is our, as of now, our size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the size of the vector. So we will resume the while loop. So again, we will find out minimum will be result of I, which will be 4 into 2 comma this will be 3 into 2, 3 into 3 comma k is 1, so it will be 2 into 5. This will be minimum of 8 comma 9 comma 10. So this is the minimum. So 8 will be added here, result. Okay. And then this will be incremented. Let's move forward. So guys, you are seeing that, right? We are creating this array. We are creating this vector of ugly numbers, and also from the values which is present inside only we are just getting that values, and we are multiplying it with the multiples. Okay, this is the beauty of this approach. Okay, all right, now let's proceed further. So minimum of 5 into 2 comma this will be 3 into 3 comma, and this will be 2 into 5. So we have minimum of 10 comma 9 comma 10. So this is minimum. 9 will be added here, and this 9 will increment j, so j will become 3. Next iteration, minimum of, again, result of I is 5 into 2, comma, result of j is 4 into 3, comma, k is 1, so it will be 2 into 5. Minimum 10, comma, 12, comma, 10. So 10 is the minimum. So I and k will get incremented first of all, but we have to add 10 here, and then we will be incrementing this to 5 and this to 2. Okay. Now we have minimum. Next iteration. Minimum of 5 is 6. So result of 5 will be 6 into 2, comma, 4 into 3, comma, 3 into 5. So this will be minimum of 12, comma, 12, comma, 15. So these two are minimum. So 12 will be added here. Okay. And we will increment I and j. And now if you see, this array size, vector size is not less than n. It's equal to n. Okay, 10 is the size and n is also 10. So we will stop the while loop. And at last, whatever is at the back of the vector, right, which is 12, is our nth ugly number, that is 10th ugly number. Okay, guys. So, guys, I hope you understood the dry run. Okay, I hope you understood the dry run. Now, see what basically we have done in this approach, right? We are generating the ugly numbers, but from the numbers itself present in the ugly number list. This approach is helping in such a way that we do not have to every time find out the minimum element, because it's automatically picking the elements in the correct order. Okay, so let me just summarize this. Okay, so what we are doing basically here in this approach is, we every time we find out what is the current number, and we multiply it with the prime factor, and these all are the multiples, and whichever is the suitable minimum multiple, right, we take it and we increment the pointer of that multiple. Okay, so that the next number which is in the line can be considered. Okay, so I hope you understood this approach. Let's quickly see the code for this. So it's I think we have already seen the code, right? So it's basically the same. We at last we return this. So time complexity is O of n in this case, because we are doing a single traversal, and space is also O of n because we are using this vector, right? I hope you understood this problem and the approach. Let me know in the comments if you have any doubt. If you found the video helpful, please like it, share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.